haven't got those expensive things. They don't need them. And you earthlings don't need them either. Yes. Give a present. Give your time and your love. But it's not. People have got peer pressure. They see someone with the latest thing and they must have it too. Why? Why must they have it? We here don't see why. And oh my goodness, the amount of greed, of power, of ego that's on your world. That is incredible. Why do people need that power? Why do they need all that money? All those things? Does it make their lives better? No, it doesn't. We here have the greatest wealth. The greatest wealth of all. We have the love. We have family. We are in soul groups. We are together. And that is wealth. That is richness. Richness with your friends, your families, your loved ones. To be with them. To have your health. Yes, I know some of you haven't got that luxury of good health. But you are living. You are breathing on the most beautiful planet. You have the most beautiful things around you. Your animals, the flowers, the trees. Why do people need other things? Why? There is so much out there that is free, beautiful. There is so much greed on the planet. So much greed. And why? And power. That is what has caused a lot of conflict in your world. Mankind wanting power. Power over others. Power over different countries, different nations. They're not satisfied with what they have. They want more. They want to be in control. But that's not how you should be. You should help one another. You should help those invisible, that are on the streets, those that have nothing, and there is so many of those around. How many of you on planet Earth walk past a disabled person, walk past someone who is on the streets and are judgmental? How many of those do we help? This is the season of celebration, and I hope each one of you celebrate with your family and your loved ones. And I hope that you celebrate in the right way, without the greed. Because we know here on the spirit realms, we watch over you, and we know these in this room today, none of you are greedy, none of you want that power, and none of you have got an ego, which so many people have. May I now thank you for listening, and I wish you all a very happy Christmas with your families, your loved ones, as each one of you. Thank you.
Bless you. Thank you, my friend. Okay.
Big energies.
Big energies.
Nice
Big
words
energies all
there.
through today, haven't we?
Beautiful. Yeah.
I don't know how it was.
Mm?
I've got a clue who that
Who
was.
that was.
Very, using expressions and hands and
Yeah.
Yes.
face
very
was talking.
wise.
I know it was talking, but a face was also talking.
I'm not sure who it was either, but there was a little clue in there about some of the wording in there was a bit strange. But I'll call us earthlings.
Yes.
Straight out of science fiction film, that was.
It could have been Mr. Spock.
Well, we are. We live on the earth.
Yeah.
Very thought-provoking words.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Are we earthlings or are we mankind?
Yeah.
Or both, but
Reminded me of that advert that they used to run on television for MASH Get Smashed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel all wibbly wobbly inside now.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
You got used to it, you two, aren't you? You're not used to it.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Must
there's
be
a
used to
certain
it.
that you still really get
Really?
you. Yeah.
still just feeling it. Okay. Rose is back. Who's in next?
Yeah.
No.
Are you and Dave.
What are you doing?
No, no, you go first.
It's really cold in here, ain't
It's strange that, isn't it?
That's really one nose of the guys.
Puts the thermals on and come to try it.
it? Yeah, lovely.
No, thanks. My medium's a bit stubborn. She's told to say hello, but she doesn't do it. We tell her that if she says hello, we'll start talking, but still she doesn't do it. I feel she's a bit afraid. Anyway, my name's Elizabeth. Thank you. I've been watching and I've been listening. And I think a lot of what people have said here today makes perfect sense. Because yes, there is greed. When I lived on this planet, it was the wealthy, the middle class, and the lower class. It appears now that it's the lower class, the middle class has been wiped out, and it's the lower class. Which is such a shame. I have to admit, I was living a middle class life. I had a big house. My husband was in a very good job. And I had 2 lovely children. We lived in a good area. But back in those days, there wasn't the vehicles that there are today. They just started coming out. And yes, we did have one as time went on. It was more on the lower class side, horses and carts, or walking. We were very comfortable. I had maids, a cook, servants, etc. But they were treated with respect. And I know in some houses they weren't. But we had respect for ours. And also, we we had respect for people that were disadvantaged too. Because you see, not like everybody, we did give, and willingly too. We'd have soup and bread, like the soup kitchens. Our cook was instructed that every so often the people would come once a week and they would be fed and watered. And they did come, and they were all made very welcome. Because even though we were rich, we had a heart. And we loved every soul. Because we had this understanding that every person on this earth plane was important in one way or another, was respected by us. We taught our children to be the same way, and they went on and taught their children too. There were many disadvantaged people, children, adults, the elderly. But we did have the respect, and we helped them as much as we could. Christmas time came, and they were given things. We would give things that we didn't want anymore, or didn't need. I don't say didn't want, but didn't need. Because yes, we'd bought things we really didn't need. So we wrapped them up and gave them as presents. And they were so pleased and so happy to receive that. We also gave each and every one of them an orange. So they would have some kind of fruit. Our mates and our staff were all looked after at Christmas time. They all had an individual present each. We knew what to buy them because we knew what they liked and what they needed or wanted, because we'd spoken to others. I'm so happy that we were able to do that, because I know that everybody didn't do that. There wasn't that many people in our town or village area or in areas surrounding us that would even do the same thing. And that did sadden us. But when we went to church, we tried so hard to put that out to other people, to help the disadvantaged. Some listened, some didn't. Some listened and just threw it over their shoulder. But some people who were not quite as wealthy as us actually listened and helped too, which was so lovely to see, because it brought a community together. It's so important to bring communities together. And we see that's not the case anymore, which is so sad. But it can be. It can be. All you have to do is reach out to the disadvantaged. Even if you can't give them anything, just give them a hello, how are you doing, talking to them. That will help them, because at least they know then there's someone there that cares. Someone there there's someone there to always listen to them when they need to talk. I could go on about this, but I won't. Because I know that you've listened to it this afternoon. All I'll say is, take care of those that can't those in need as much as you possibly can. I will take my leave now. And I will say thank you so much for listening to me.
Bless you, and thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
And their spirit keeping the balance.
Yeah.
I could feel her.
Yeah,
And she was such a pleasant lady, really lovely. She had a lovely smile.
yeah, lovely character.
Yeah, really lovely lady, very loving, very caring. Very nice.
Elizabeth,
Mm.
her name.
She's lovely. She's really lovely. When you were talking, I don't know why, but in my mind I saw like a lace collar and a beautiful aquamarine sort of stone in sort of like stripes and diamonds all around it. So yeah, she was well off. She was lovely. Really lovely.
Very kind, heartfelt.
So we've got the ones who are on the streets of London coming through Cemetery, walking either side of the road, and one lady coming through saying, we were quite well off living in the local manor house, and we did look after all of the disadvantaged in the community.
Yeah.
Because everybody pulled together in the village to help each other out.
Some did, didn't they?
Of course they did, yeah.
Yes,
Some did.
did do
Not
that.
all.
In the smaller communities, that was
Absolutely.
more likely to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
Still happens in my village. It's
Mm.
very strong. The church is very strong, and obviously a lot of the elderly folk go there, and
Yeah.
they go to the Baptist, is it Baptist one as well? But whenever there's anybody in hospital, they set up a rota, and when that person comes home, they do all of shopping,
Lovely, yeah.
cleaning,
Oh, wow.
and popping in twice a day, 3 times a day, whatever. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Where do you live?
In Welford.
Welford.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Welford,
When I
yeah.
worked at the hospital, I had to set up a care package for a lady who worked in Welford, who lived in
Right.
Welford, and I was surprised there was not a thing we could give her from social services. No, my dear, my church friends will help me.
Wow.
They did.
You did.
Nice.
She
Welford's
broke
lovely
her,
village.
broke her leg or something from memory. It was, it's going to be a good, 8-9 weeks recovery. But yeah. So there is, I think, still little pockets.
They're all
Yeah.
picking
I
up.
think there is
Around.
pockets still there, and that they're the ones
Definitely.
what need to come forward, aren't they? We need to listen to them and
Yeah.
watch.
Definitely.
But it is, it is talking about, it's community, isn't it?
Mm.
Yes. That community spirit.
Tends to have gone away, particularly in the cities anyway.
Yeah.
In the more
Concrete,
rural areas,
isn't
it's
it?
still
City's
there.
a concrete jungle.
Yeah, concrete jungle. It's all.
Yeah, oh God, isn't it?
Oh,
Some places neighbours don't even know each other,
No.
don't they?
No, that's
don't.
true.
no,
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm afraid that's
absolutely.
everywhere, isn't it?
That is very sad.
Even up where I live, I know all my immediate ones, but the ones down the bottom, I'd say
Yeah,
hello.
same here,
I
yeah.
don't know the names, or
Yeah.
I'll say hello to them morning, afternoon, whatever, but I don't know who they are. Which is a shame, really.
Yeah.
It's when works, don't it? I think it's how the world's come.
Well, yeah, that was
It's
the-
that
yeah.
people have to work, and so
Yeah.
then they haven't got that time, have they?
No.
Really?
I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a lame excuse, because going back in the day, people were working 8-hour weeks and they still were,
Oh
yeah.
they were still down the pub and,
Yeah.
going out.
Yeah.
But there's none of that technology, that
Mm.
social media. People would literally go out to communicate.
They would
go
go,
out,
yeah.
going down the
Yeah.
pub and
It used to
do
be like
things
the
like
woman was like the homemaker, wasn't she? And
Yeah.
things like that.
Mm.
So she made
Yeah.
friends through
Yeah.
the neighbours, and
Yeah.
that's where they
People
Well,
got
they
Right.
do
their
say,
Right.
don't they, it's the women that keep families and communities together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then There was actually a really funny Facebook thing earlier in the week, and it showed 2 Christmases. 1970s Christmas
yes,
or
I
something,
saw
and then
it, yeah,
2023 Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know, there's the
That's right.
Christmases I remember, stupid hats, balloons,
Oh,
you know, all
yeah.
of this, chat and all that.
Yeah.
And then 2023, everybody on the phone.
On the phone.
Yeah.
And
No.
I thought, you know what,
Yeah.
isn't that sad?
My
Some-
grandson-
That's exactly what it
Yeah,
almost
my
is.
grandson said he's got 250 friends.
Oh,
He's never met them.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
They're all on
almost
his
like,
phone. I said, have you ever met any of them? No, talk to them every day. I said, that's not the same, Perry.
It's not the same thing, yeah.
And you can have friends, but you have different levels of friends,
Yeah.
don't you?
Mm.
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
Well, yeah,
To me, a
somebody-
true friend is if I was in trouble at 2 o'clock in the morning, if that person came out to me, they're a true friend.
Massively.
Because that's how I'd be for someone else.
Yeah.
If
Well,
they
it's
rang
no-
me and
it's
said,
knowing who
"I'm
you
in
can-
trouble,"
It's knowing who you can call as
Well,
well.
most of us be looking to get family out of bed at 2 in the morning. My
Yeah.
If you know someone you can phone up at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, can you come and out? You know they're a good friend.
I
Yeah.
never used to get my phone on, so I do now, but I never used to.
Ours is on all the time.
Get notifications. Goodness, that.
I had a text this morning at 6 o'clock. It's a Argos.
It's so annoying, isn't it?
It's so annoying. 6 o'clock, woke me up. What's going on? It was Argos.
You can set it to do not disturb, but to
Yeah.
allow certain
Certain
people
things,
to
yeah.
call you. Unless you want that connection with Argos.
Well, you never know.
Free will and all that.
Free will
Look at
and
this
work, yeah.
lady
You probably
now.
agreed this, you just don't realise
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ka-ching.
it.
Press the wrong button or something. Which is more likely with me.
Before you came down. Too late now.
Well then, Dave, we've only got half hour.
What did you say? Come on then, Dad.
Yeah.
Come on, Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Big day, come on Dave, there you go. Show us how it's done.
Show us how it's done, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, boy.
Us
No
amateurs.
pressure.
You see, you know,
Main event.
we know it's getting better because we're short of time, and before
Yeah.
we've had plenty of time, and now
Yeah.
I'm thinking, blimey, we've still got time to do his bit yet.
So what's changed
That's all right.
then, do you reckon?
I think
what's
it's,
changed?
well, obviously 2 of us have had 2 spirits.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
each and every one of you has spoken at least 10 minutes.
Wow.
I've been looking
Yeah.
at the clock, and people have been speaking for
Wow.
at
It don't
least
seem that long, does
10
it?
minutes.
No,
Which is amazing, isn't
My
it?
spirit, it's
Brilliant.
because we're working with spirits.
Might be
so
quick,
it's
wouldn't it?
intelligence force.
A couple of minutes.
Yeah, do a quick round
Like
up.
we usually are, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, doesn't it?
Dear.
Friends, good afternoon.
Good
You know,
afternoon.
You have heard many speakers this afternoon talking many things on the spiritual. Our friend Crazy Horse talked about what you have to do next year with your work, about developing your spiritual work, working at a higher level, working with higher minds. You had others talk through about their lives, those that have been in poverty and begging, those that have been at the higher level. You have much conversation about society as it has gone now, about man's inhumanity to man, about the wars in your world that seem to have been never ending. You have spoken about the war currently going on in what you call the Holy Land, where our friend the Master Jesus walked the earth, and in the time that he lived. Shortly after he was born, his family had to flee to Egypt because of persecution. 2,000 years later, that part of the